à 8h30 et 20h de tous les jours.
VOV 5, Radio Voice of Vietnam, broadcast daily on 105.5 FM for the foreign community in Vietnam.
Hello and welcome to VOV 5. In this program, VOV 5 will bring you a review of major developments in Vietnam this week. Thus followed by our sport and culture roundup and VOV 5's music Jukebox with your requested songs. First, here is the news with Trương Giang and Hồng Hạnh.
In the headlines, Vietnam and the Philippines have agreed to boost their external relations activities. Vietnam has received a total of $1 billion foreign aid for its environmental projects, and the US will loosen sanctions imposed on Pyongyang. Now the news in detail. The Prime Minister has agreed to observe October 17th every year as a work day for the poor. The Prime Minister urges the Fatherland Front, the Ministry of Labour and relevant agencies to plan for the nationwide response to the day. National Assembly Chairman Nông Đức Mạnh calls on children to train themselves to become good citizens and be worthy of the care and attention of the party, state, family and society. The chairman was speaking on Friday to outstanding children from northern Martinez province of Lạng Sơn. The same day, a senior party official, Mr. Phạm Thế Duyệt, received in Hanoi a delegation of Vietnam's heroic mothers and veteran revolutionaries from the central province of Quảng Bình. He said that the Vietnamese party, state and people always acknowledge their great contributions and care for them. Vietnam Foreign Minister Nguyễn Duy Niên today successfully concluded his three-day visit to the Philippines. The Philippine leaders praised Vietnam's policies of renewal and extended external relations and integration into the world. They also lauded the achievements by Vietnam over the past 10 years of renovation. Both sides exchanged views on a number of issues relating to regional cooperation within the framework of ASEAN, APEC and ASEM. The Vietnamese and Philippine leaders agreed to strengthen their external relations activities to consolidate solidarity and cooperation between ASEAN countries. The British government is interested in Vietnamese markets and makes every effort to accelerate cooperation between enterprises from the two countries. The Hanoi-based British Business Association has organized tours of Britain for Vietnamese entrepreneurs as well as printing documents on Vietnam for British entrepreneurs. The British Embassy in Vietnam has recently provided a free internet service for Vietnamese enterprises, aiming at boosting bilateral trade and investment ties. To date, Vietnam and Britain cooperation mainly focuses on exports of agricultural produce, food, art, craft, and oil and gas. Vietnam has received a total of over $1 billion foreign aid for its environmental projects. The amount mainly comes from the Official Development Assistance (ODA), which accounts for 10% of the overall ODA for Vietnam. The money will help settle problems relating to population, urban planning, clean water supply, wastewater treatment, and afforestation. The World Bank is the biggest donor with assistance worth $400 million. It is followed by the Asian Development Bank, the World Food Organization, and UNDP. The European Commission will fund a project to establish 3 nature reserves this year. The reserves are located in an area of nearly 84,000 hectares in the central and central highland provinces of Thanh Hóa, Gia Lai, and Kon Tum. Many rare species of birds and Indochina's tigers have been discovered in the area. The project is implemented by Vietnam's Program for International Bird Life and the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development. A shipment of relief aid worth more than $1.1 million has docked at northern port of Haiphong. The aid under the U.S. Department of Defense Relief Program for Overseas Disasters includes medical equipment, vehicles, and essentials. It is part of a humanitarian aid program for Vietnam's central provinces to cope with the forthcoming monsoon season. Shrimp is one of the important items included in Vietnam's 10-year future strategies for aqua product exports. Shrimp exports are expected to reach $1.1 billion in 2005 and $1.9 billion in 2010. Last year, Vietnam exported 61,000 tons of shrimps, accounting for 50% of the country's total aqua product export value. Vietnam's biggest shrimp market is Japan, followed by the European Union, the United States, China, and Hong Kong. The construction of the AFVN tunnel, the biggest in Vietnam, commences next month. The project, with a total investment capital of $251 million, is funded by the Japanese government. The 12-kilometer-long tunnel will go through the AFVN range in central Vietnam. When completed, it will facilitate transportation in the transnational highway. Ho Chi Minh City's Departments of Customs and Taxation have assisted foreign invested enterprises to quickly settle their problems. At a recent meeting of foreign investors and officials of the city's Department of Customs, discussions centered on policy implementation, tax obligation, and other customs-related issues. The Vietnam International Hospital in Hanoi has reduced its service prices. The price for a checkup with a polyclinic doctor and a specialized doctor is $10 and $15 respectively. The previous prices for the same services were $35 and $60. The package service, priced at from $20 to $25 is applied for the first time. Vietnam's International Hospital, a modern healthcare center in Hanoi, was set up in 1997.
Now VOV5's World News. The Korean newspaper today quoted a reliable source as saying that the U.S. highly values the Democratic People's Republic of Korea leader Kim Jong-il in formulating the historic Inter-Korean Summit. The U.S. government has granted a food aid project worth $50,000 to Pyongyang following the summit's closure. U.S. President Bill Clinton and his Republic Korea's counterpart Kim Dae-jung yesterday held phone discussions on the results of the summit. Meanwhile, U.S. President Bill Clinton says the U.S. will loosen sanctions imposed on Pyongyang over the last 5 decades. He says trading, traveling, and banking restrictions will be lifted this September, allowing Pyongyang's exports to the U.S. Air and sea links will also be established. Indonesia's President Abdurrahman Wahid arrived in Islamabad yesterday. During his 2-day visit to Pakistan, President Wahid will hold talks with Pakistani leader Pervez Musharraf. The Pakistani foreign minister says the trip will strengthen traditional bilateral relations and cooperation. The Japanese Dowager Empress Nagako died yesterday at the age of 79. Royal news sources say the mourning service will be held in about 40 days. Chinese Prime Minister Zhu Rongji and Thai Prime Minister Chun Lak-pai sent messages of condolences to Japanese Prime Minister Yoshiro Mori and the royal family. That's the news from VOV5.
Mr. Hieu Thọ, the head of the Central Cultural and Ideological Department of the Party Central Committee, says a journalist should be a citizen who, first of all, places national interest above personal interest. Speaking to reporters on the 75th anniversary of the Vietnam Journalists' Day, June 21st, Mr. Hieu Thọ said, in Vietnam, journalists protect national interests while providing information to people. Commentator Quang Lợi, of the Army newspaper Quân đội Nhân dân, one of the 4 major newspapers in Vietnam, says that a comment on international issues should strictly follow 3 standards of respecting the facts, the development of current trend, and at the same time remain true to the Vietnam parties and state stand and policies.
3 cái mảng này tưởng như đối chọi nhau, nhưng thực ra thì trong quá trình viết bình luận quốc tế
These 3 components are not harmonious. I have been writing comments on international issues for nearly 20 years, yet I have found no problems combining these 3 components into a commentary. An international commentator, besides being sensitive, should have his or her own political point of view to meet the reader's need for information while interpreting foreign policies of Vietnam.
Reporter Mạnh Hùng of the Current Affairs Department of Radio Voice Vietnam, who has won 3 national press prizes, shares his opinion.
Tôi cho rằng mọi thông tin báo chí đều hướng tới thính giả, và chính vì vậy việc thông tin
All information provided by Radio Voice Vietnam should be in the interest of listeners. The freedom of press, in whatever circumstances, should serve the interest of the nation and of the people.
The 7th Congress of the Vietnam Journalists Association was held in Hanoi in late March. Addressing the Congress, Prime Minister Phan Văn Khải said the party and state of Vietnam appreciate the role of journalists and respect and create favorable conditions for the press to develop while respecting the rights of journalists.
The Voice of Vietnam now brings you a review of major developments in Vietnam this week. This week, Party General Secretary lolcow told the Saigon Giải Phóng, or Liberated Saigon newspaper, that the Vietnamese people's confidence in the regime, the party, and in the future of the country has been affirmed. The party and state have gradually improved people's living standards physically and spiritually. The 5 characteristics and virtues of the Vietnamese people have been a great strength and motive force leading the country out of all difficulties.
Deputy Prime Minister Nguyễn Tấn Dũng this week successfully ended his trip to Jordan, Iraq and Iran. The trip aims to boost Vietnam economic ties with these Middle East countries. The Iraqi President Saddam Hussein, in a talk with Deputy Prime Minister Dũng, appreciates Vietnam's achievements in national development.
Another important event this week was a visit to Malaysia, Brunei and the Philippines by Foreign Minister Nguyễn Duy Niên. Leaders of these countries spoke highly of Vietnam's role in the region and believe that relations between Vietnam and their countries will be enhanced.
About 100 international delegates will participate in the mid-year review meeting of Vietnam donors to be held in Đà Lạt next week. Discussions will focus on Vietnam's economic development and its recently introduced policies and strategies. Participants will also discuss partnership in implementing poverty reduction programs in Vietnam. World Bank Resident Director Andrew Steer.
We support very much the government's very serious concerns and efforts to promote rural development. We have seen that investments, for example, in rural roads have an extremely high rate of return here by helping farmers get to market and so on. And so we have a large program of support to the government in the rural roads. In our judgment, the government's policy towards allocating funds for rural infrastructure is good.
World Bank Resident Director Andrew Steer. Vietnam welcomes the results of the first ever Inter-Korean Summit. A spokesperson for the Vietnamese Foreign Ministry, Phan Huy Thanh, addressed a regular press conference in Hanoi this week, said the meeting is a new and important step towards developing of relations between the two Koreas. Vietnam supports a peaceful solution to all pending issues between the two Koreas.
Việt Nam luôn coi trọng phát triển quan hệ hữu nghị, hợp tác truyền thống với Cộng hòa Dân chủ Nhân dân Triều Tiên.
Vietnam has always attached great importance to developing traditional friendship with the Democratic People's Republic of Korea and the cooperative ties with the Republic of Korea. He hoped The improvement of relations between the two Koreas will contribute to peace, stability in the region and the rest of the world.
70 representatives from 18 member organizations attended the 42nd conference of the Executive Committee of the Asia Productivity Organization in Hanoi this week. Speaking at the meeting with the organization's Secretary General Takashi Tashima, Prime Minister Pham Văn Khải said the organization's assistance has assisted Vietnam in building new rural areas.
The U.S. Ambassador to Vietnam, Pete Peterson, this week urged the U.S. House of Representatives to support President Bill Clinton's decision to extend the waiver of the Jackson-Vanik Amendment for Vietnam for an additional year. Addressing the hearings of the House Ways and Means Trade Subcommittee, Ambassador Pete Peterson reiterated that Vietnam's positive cooperation in immigration issues and searching for American servicemen missing in action in Vietnam is reliable.
This week saw an increase in the price of Vietnam's rice and crude oil on international markets. The price of crude oil is up by between $4 to $10 per ton, while the price of rice has increased by $10 per ton, equal to the price of Thailand's rice, and a little higher than that of China. Since early this year, Vietnam has given licenses to 106 foreign invested projects and readjusted capital investment for an additional 34 projects capitalized at $380 million. The newly licensed projects focus on industrial production, consumer goods, food processing, and services.
The Thang Long Industrial Park in Hanoi was officially operational this week. This 120-hectare park boasts a modern infrastructure of international standard. According to the Master Plan for Socio-Economic Development, by the year 2010, Cần Thơ province will become a trading center in the Mekong River Delta.
Vietnamese contestant Nguyễn Bích Trà won first prize in the international piano contest. Robert William and Florence Army held this week in Britain. The 5th National Congress of Architects in Hanoi reviewed activities of the Architects Association in the past 15 years and set tasks for the association in the process of industrialization and modernization. And last but not least, millions of Vietnamese people have been watching Euro 2000 matches on television. On this occasion, newspapers and magazines have printed supplements covering the event. That was our weekly review.
You are listening to VOV5 program on 105.5 FM, and it's now time for Culture and Sport Roundup with Mai Phương and Hồng Ngân. The Australian jazz group, the Scott Tinkler Trio, has surprised Hanoi music lovers by their unique and lively performing style. They performed at the Hanoi Opera House last weekend and joined Vietnam's Nguyễn Văn Minh in an earlier performance at his Hanoi Jazz Club. The Scott Tinkler Trio has visited the Hanoi National Conservatory of Music. Invited by the Australian Embassy in Hanoi, the Scott Tinkler came to Vietnam as the first stop of their Asia tour, which will see them also visiting Thailand and China. Vietnam, according to the group, was a very exciting experience. They produced new tunes at their performances after soaking up the local culture. Trumpeter Scott Tinkler told VOV5.
The audience is very interested in the music we've been playing. They've been listening very carefully to what we've been doing and been clapping and so enjoying the music. Hanoi is very friendly. I've a lot of fun here. There's been, we did some workshops with some music students here in Hanoi, and everyone we've met has been very happy, you know, very friendly to us. So it's a very warm feeling here. As soon as I got here, I felt, this is good, I could live here. It's a very nice place. There's some very talented young musicians here. Yeah, it's very talented. It's a young drummer and piano players and bass players and saxophone players, all very talented.
Vietnamese students from the Hanoi Conservatory of Music will join the Asian Youth Orchestra next month in preparation for an Asia-Pacific tour. The orchestra will perform in Japan, the Republic of Korea, Australia, Hong Kong, and Vietnam between July the 15th and August the 27th. Two paintings by Vietnamese children have won the Lidis Rose Prize at the recent 20th Lidis International Children's Fine Arts Exhibition at the Czech Republic. The paintings by Nguyễn Văn Luân, 13 years old, and Nguyễn Tuệ Thư, 7 years old, were among 11 works displayed by Vietnamese children at the exhibition. This year, more than 2,000 paintings, photos, sculptures selected from 10,000 works by children in 71 countries worldwide were displayed at the exhibition. A Vietnamese language website devoted to domestic and international music and musicians is now available on the internet. It is a franchise of Vietnamese performer Quốc Bảo and will be available daily between 5 and 7 p.m. Music lovers can read interviews with famous Vietnamese musicians and access performances by artists from around the world. The site located at www.hcmpt.vnn.vn. The Cinematography Department of the Ministry of Culture and Information has launched a short film contest for amateur and professional filmmakers across the country. Each entry should be no longer than 15 minutes and must focus on the past or present of Vietnam and its people. All the best entries, apart from cash prizes, will be broadcast on Vietnam television. The closing date for the entries is December the 21st. Some 4,000 disabled children participated in a special cultural and sports event held at the Hanoi Children's Palace last weekend. Activities included tug-of-war, statue making, singing and painting. The traditional cultural and sports festival for disabled children brought joy and allowed children to forget their troubles. The festival was part of the ongoing Action Month for Children and was sponsored by the Chinh Phong Manulife Company. Meanwhile, two piano students from the Ho Chi Minh City National Conservatory have been officially invited to participate in the second round of International Ardelia Alevia Piano Contest in France. They are Trần Ngọc Nguyên Trinh and Trần Lệ Mỹ. Pianists from around the world sent tapes of their work to the contest judges in the hope of being selected for the prestigious second stage. Trinh age 16 and Mỹ age 15 will compete in the young pianist category. Both won prizes at the Ho Chi Minh City Young Pianist Contest in 1996 and International Piano Contest in Italy in 1997. The contest will be held from June the 15th to the 19th in Galliard at the Rhône-Alpes region in France. A collection of drawings and paintings of the recently built Mỹ Thuận Bridge has gone on display at the Ho Chi Minh City Exhibition House. A total of 70 professional artists and children have made contributions to the exhibition, which were organized by Ho Chi Minh City Finance Association in conjunction with the Australian Consulate General, whose country provided technical support for the construction of the bridge. Containing over 90 works, including oils, watercolors, and sketches, the show gives out a sense of the energy and surrealism. The exhibition will continue at Ho Chi Minh City Exhibition House, 92 Lê Thánh Tôn Street, District 1 until June the 22nd.
And now the sports roundup with Hồng Ngân. The Belgian community of Wallonie, Brussels has invited two young Vietnamese people to witness the current European Football Championship, or Euro 2000, being played in Belgium. Nguyễn Thùy Vân and Nguyễn Viet Bách are second-year students of the Institute of International Relations and the Foreign Language University in Hanoi. They are the winners of the competition organized by the delegation from Wallonie, Brussels. The community Wallonie Brussels held a project which gave a chance for 80 young people from 18 to 25 years old from 14 countries to meet in Brussels, Liège and Charleroi. These are the three Belgian cities where football matches will be played between June the 7th and the 15th.
Deputy Chairman of the Vietnam Traditional Martial Arts Association, Master Nguyen Văn Tuấn, is to travel to Algeria to teach the Bình Định fighting arts skills to Algerian athletes for 6 months. Tuấn is the General Secretary of the Martial Arts Association in the central province of Bình Định, which is famous for the martial arts. Vietnam won a gold and a bronze medal at the International Dragon-Headed Boat Tournament held in Singapore early this month. All teams were from the southern province of Sóc Trăng. 9 countries competed in the tournament, including Vietnam, China, Japan, Hong Kong, Singapore, Indonesia, Malaysia, Brunei, and the Philippines. Hanoi won the national billiard and snooker contest in Ho Chi Minh City with 4 gold, 3 silvers, and 3 bronze medals. Ho Chi Minh City and Da Nang came second and third, respectively. Ho Chi Minh City won 3 gold, 5 silver, and 5 bronze medals, while Da Nang won 1 gold. The Hanoi women's football team drew 1-0 with Beijing in a friendly match in Hanoi last weekend. Chen Jianxin opened the score for China in the 8th minute. Despite increasing pressure by China, the Hanoi team was successful with their counter-attack tactics. Phung Thị Minh Nguyệt equalized for Vietnam in the 15th minute. The Vietnam Committee for Sports and Physical Education has awarded 7 coaches and 14 disabled medalists who took part in the ASEAN Games in Kuala Lumpur. Each gold medalist will be awarded 5 million Vietnamese dong, while each silver medalist 3 million Vietnamese dong, and each bronze medalist 2 million Vietnamese dong. The coaches and medalists will also receive certificates of merit. Chess player Dao Thien Hai, an international grandmaster from Đồng Tháp, came third to Villamayor Buenaventura from the Philippines and Barus Seroras from Indonesia at the Intuoco International Grandmaster Tournament in Vũng Tàu. Thien Hai, who won the World Chess Championship of Region 3.2A, held 7.5 points after 11 games. The Republic of Korea's LG Corporation will be the major sponsor of the Ho Chi Minh City Football Cup 2000, which starts in late August. 6 teams will play in 2 groups. One group will include the Vietnamese national squad, Chinese Yunnan Hong Ta, and Sri Lanka. Australian League club Paramount Power and the holder of the Republic of Korea's Resident Cup will join Group B. The champion will receive $15,000 and 2 runner-up each $5,000.
What's up and what's happening in Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City? Here it is now on VOV5 What's on Guide. In Hanoi, for movie fans at August Cinema 45 Hàng Bài Street, the film Double Jeopardy at 2:30 and 8 p.m. daily. At the New Age Cinema nearby, If Tomorrow Comes, Dr. Jivago and Lap Win Lap Song at 8 p.m. daily. Exhibition by Australian painter Paul Davis is open at the Australian Embassy Gallery in Hanoi. The exhibition presents 35 works created during the artist's 9 months in Hanoi. It will run through the end of this month. Performance by Wang from Group Fernin and Rec Foundation will start next Tuesday and Wednesday at 8 p.m. at the Hanoi Youth Theatre, 11 Ngô Thị Nhậm Street. Tickets are available at Performing Arts Agency, 32 Nguyễn Thái Học Street and the British Council, 18B Cao Bá Quát Street. If you like something upbeat, join the Filipino duo's literary live performance from 6:30 to 11 p.m. at the Melia Hanoi Hotel. In Ho Chi Minh City, the film The Mummy is ongoing at the 9:30 p.m. at Thăng Long Cinema, Cao Thang Street, District 3. Go wide with live classic rock on Friday nights and Latin classic rock and jazz on Saturday nights. It's at Kim Do Entertainment Center, 129A Nguyễn Huệ Street. Nightly performance by Safle Cafe La Palme Dio, 70 Nguyễn Huệ Street, District 1. It includes live music show and Vietnamese folk music and dance daily from 6 p.m. to midnight, and fashion show on Saturday night. Meanwhile, Saxophone Bar of the Saigon New World Hotel offers you samba nights with Brazilian samba and bossa nova daily from 7 to 9 p.m. except Mondays. VV5 Western Guides is offered free of charge. If you are interested in events to be on air, Phone us in Hanoi at 934-2456 or face it at 82666707. Our mailing address is VOV5 45 Bà Triệu Street, and if you are online, our email address is btdn.vov@hn.vn.vn. Hello and welcome back to the Music Jukebox on VOV5. I am Mai Phương in the hot seat today with your dedication songs. I wish you a very nice weekend with the show. If you would like to dedicate a song to your dear ones, call me at 934-2456. It's 934-2456 or write me in Hanoi at VOV5 45 Bà Triệu Street, Hanoi. First up with We Love to Love by Samson and Dabin Key. This is dedicated to Mai Thanh Hai at the College of Trade Union.
Hey Tracy, I got something to tell you. Hey, listen. Since you've been gone, I've been feeling sad and blue. Just watching video and dreaming about you. By the telephone, all alone, thinking about the hours and days before you come home. I'm a part of you, you are part of me. That's not fiction, that's reality, my love. Without you in my life, it's not complete. You're my water and the air that I breathe. Lonely nights, lonely days, I need you in my life each and every way. Minus you I'm half, plus you I'm whole. You're the something in my body and soul, my love. Hey Tracy, I got something to tell you. Hey, listen. Since you've been gone, I've been feeling sad and blue. Just watching video and dreaming about you. By the telephone, all alone, thinking about the hours and days before you come home. I'm a part of you, you are part of me. That's not fiction, that's reality, my love. Without you in my life, it's not complete. You're my water and the air that I breathe. Lonely nights, lonely days, I need you in my life each and every way. Minus you I'm half, plus you I'm whole. You're the something in my body and soul, my love. As I look to the stars in the heavens above, you're the only one that I'm really thinking of. You're the only one for me, don't you see? Without you in my life, it's just so empty. You're my fantasy, my ecstasy. You're my Tracy, my epitome, my love. Tracy? Hey, yeah. I don't know, you're just so far away. You in New York, I'm in California. Yeah, I miss you. Yeah, I know, we love to love. That's what's so special about us. Hey, well, I'll call you tomorrow, okay? Yeah, bye, bye, bye. As I look to the stars in the heavens above, you're the only one that I'm really thinking of. The way you make me feel is unbelievable. Our love is strong, indestructible. Say it's the truth, say it's a fact. We love to love, let's never turn back. Minus you I'm half, plus you I'm whole. You're the something in my body and soul. My love.
Only the best on VOV5 105.5 FM, Simpson and Double Key, and we love to love. You are listening to VOV5 Music Jukebox, and I'm Mai Phương. Last week, we received a very emotional letter from Phạm Văn Hưng at class K1 ACT Faculty of English of Hanoi Open University. He writes about his mother who loves and gives him encouragement in his life. He's very proud of his mother. However, unfortunately, his letter reached out later than his mother's birthday, but later than ever. I think your mother understands you and your love to her. Moving up next is Spice Girls and Mama.
Every other day I crossed the line. I didn't Ladies and gentlemen, this is
VOV
number 5. One, two, three, four, five.
See the pain living in your eyes, and I know how hard you try. You deserve to have so much more. I can feel your heart and I sympathize, and I'll never criticize all you've ever meant to my life. I don't wanna let you down. I don't wanna lead you on. I don't wanna hold you back from where you might belong. You would never ask me why. My heart is so disguised. I just can't live a lie anymore. Myself than to ever make you cry. There's nothing left to say but goodbye. You deserve a chance at the kind of love I'm not sure I'm worthy of. Losing you is painful to me. I don't wanna let you down. I don't wanna lead you on. I don't wanna hold you back from where you might belong. You would never ask me why. My heart is so disguised. I just can't live a lie anymore. I would rather hurt myself than to ever make you cry. There's nothing left to say but goodbye. Would never ask me why. My heart is so disguised. I just can't live a lie anymore. I would rather hurt myself than to ever make you cry. There's nothing left to try, though it's gonna hurt us both. There's no other way than to say goodbye.
A supply and goodbye on VOV5 Music Jukebox of the week. I am Mai Phương. The song is dedicated to Lê Thị Quỳnh Trang, I-26 of the College of Foreign Affairs, and her friend Nguyễn Thị Bích Hiệp at I6K38 of the Foreign Trade University, Ngô Thanh Hà at 61 Tô Hiệu Hà Đông, Nguyễn Thanh Thúy at 37 in Hà Tây Province, and Nguyễn Thanh Tuấn at 104DX of the Aviation College in Ho Chi Minh City. Thank you very much for your listening. And do you know last week VOV5 also received received many dedication letters and also letters with suggestions to improve our programs. Trần Văn Tùng from Ho Chi Minh City suggests that we should have pictures of broadcasters on the program schedule and also do advertising. Well, I think it's very good idea, but we will think it over. Anyway, moving up next is Season in the Sun by Westlife. This is dedicated to Tung classmates and his teacher Hồng Hải with a message: "We, the import and export 2F, will always remember you and love you."
Goodbye to you, my trusted friend. We've known each other since we were 9 or 10. Together we've climbed hills and trees, learned of love and ABCs, skinned our hearts and skinned our knees. Goodbye, my friend, it's hard to die when all